so going there every morning an intern, if you don't have money, it's very expensive.
It's very expensive.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is our time to give you opportunities, and we've found one that, trust me, you'll definitely be interested. Now, as Namibia explores its potential in oil and gas and green hydrogen sectors, now the Ministry of Mines and Energy is dedicated to developing local talent. Yes, you've heard it. Through its work integrated learning program. Now, the ministry offers students a valuable hands-on experience in emerging industries. Joining me in studio this morning on 99 Opportunities is Ms Anna Nguno, the Deputy Director for Geological. Hey, is a full word in the mouth. Geological Survey of Namibia at the Ministry of Mines and Energy, and intern Joshua Shimbashike. Yeah, am I getting that correct? Good, sir. I'm trying. For more insights on the available opportunities for students, well, first thing, I would like to start with you, Ms Anna. Good morning. How are you this morning?
Good morning, and good morning, everybody out there.
Yeah. Good, sir. How are you this morning?
I'm good, thanks. How are you guys doing? And good morning to everyone out there.
When a lot of people hear energy and green hydrogen and, they get lost. So,
we are supposed to come here and speak about energy and green hydrogen.
Yes.
But unfortunately, the person that is supposed to dive in, that is Magishino.
Okay.
So I'm here to talk more on the opportunity of the intern and what is it that you have to do for you to become part of this MTC National Program for Internship.
Now, before we dive into that, I would personally like to know, how does the ministry's collaboration, because I think you mentioned MTC, collaboration with MTC being beneficial in terms of providing internship opportunities to students?
Okay. I just want to make it clear to say the ministry is actually appreciative of the MTC programs, because it gives an opportunity for young people out there to come and do internship at the Ministry of Mines and Energy, especially at the Geological Survey. When we say that, it's actually the MTC give the allowance to the students, because as most of us are aware that the Ministry of Mines and Energy is outside the town. It's next to Eros Airport, next to Mercury or Old Safari Hotel. So going there every morning an intern, if you don't have money, it's very expensive.
It's very expensive.
Yeah, so now MTC came on board and said, okay, for the students who are studying at NAST, UNAM, and the VTC and the IUM, they can provide them then the resources to be able to do internship, not only in government but also in the private sector.
Wow. Can you share specific examples of how interns have contributed to projects or initiatives within the ministry?
Okay, that the interns, when they come to the Geological Survey of Namibia, they tend to be given a lot of works to do, because we have different divisions there. So basically, some of them, they look into geophysics, where they are studying using softwares, what is underneath the surface. And then you have also a department that is doing geochemistry, that is analyzing rock to see what are the chemistry of that. And then you have other departments that are dealing with informations. How do we manipulate this information using the new technology, the software? So when now the interns comes in, they are assigned to either to projects that are already going. Like, for example, we have a geochemistry project that is going on at the Geological Survey, and then interns comes in and be given data to analyze, and they are also given an opportunity to say, how do we then, before we get this data, how do we analyze them in the lab? So they are actually then contributing to projects that are already in-house. And then when it's come to geological mapping, we need data, and we need to update it. So for those that are doing geoscience informations, they come in with their knowledge that they have learned in the university to say, okay, how do I manipulate data? And they help out with that. But other than us only giving them work to do, the interns in return, they also show us to say, with the new technology, this is how actually you can do it better.
Oh, okay. So the interns, when they come, they really have their hands full.
Yes.
They really have their hands full with all the things that play.
Yeah.
What are the key benefits that interns gain from participating in programs at the Ministry of Mines and Energy?
I can give you a recent one. We hosted the Economic of Geology conference where we had more than 700 participants from all over the world.
Wow.
And the interns then got an opportunity to go and showcase what they have been learning. And I'm so proud of them because they won as Namibia because they were part of the team that then won. And then this award is actually going to make it possible for the two interns to go and participate at a global level next year in Canada.
Wow, that in itself is a bravo on its own, ladies and gentlemen. Perhaps to end with you before we get to our good sir, how does the ministry help interns develop the skills and knowledge they need for the future careers?
Okay, so when the interns comes in, they are divided among, as I said earlier, different disciplines within the Geological Survey, and they are given mentorship. Mentor, so that they can be mentored. So every week they have now to showcase, to say what have they done, and then at the end of the 3 months, they have now to present what they have learned to MTC. If they are from NAS, then the NAS people are going to be there, and the people from UNAM are going to be there, both from the geology from the south, and then the main campus here, their supervisor will then come and hear what they are doing. But that's the evaluation for us to be able to say what we are doing, is it really helping them? And the student themselves also come up and tell us to say, you can improve in this particular aspect. And one of the challenges that they always tell us is to say, the Ministry of Mines and Energy, if you could just increase your software, because when they come in now, they kind of like, you have to come early to grab that software to be able to analyze the data that you need to do.
Well, maybe we should now speak to a student who was really there, someone who experienced these things heads on. Mr. Joshua, are you still here with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Now, the question I have for you, if you just want to move a little bit closer to the mic, can you describe your overall experience during your internship at the Ministry of Mines and Energy? Like, what are some of the highlights?
So my experience was actually a rewarding and insightful one. So it helped me gain a hands-on experience where I could apply my academic knowledge into a practical setting. So it also helped me gain a better understanding working in a dynamic environment in our country's mining and energy sector. So one of the key aspects I was involved in was basically digitizing and the generating of geological maps. And we're also involved on some of the mining expos that the ministry held, where we had an opportunity to interact and get knowledge and get information on professionals in the industry. And also some of the ESI games that the different ministries participated. So it also helped us gain a better understanding, develop better relationships with supervisors beyond the working sector.
Nice. Yeah. Well, let me put this question blunt to you. Do you believe this internship has contributed to your professional development and skills? And has it enhanced you in your study or field?
Yes, I actually learned a lot from my internship. Just a practical example. in the classroom, you learn about remote sensing, satellite, the physics behind the cameras to get the data and all that. But now, in the industry where you practice the theory, you learn about which satellite specifically detects specific minerals, maybe copper occurrences, and the different kinds of minerals that the satellites work with. Basically,
Nice.
So.
Now, lastly, what advice would you give to other students considering the work integrated learning program?
So the advice that I would give is just basically the students should take advantage of the work integrated learning program, and so whenever they are enrolled in this program, they should not be really afraid of asking advice from supervisors, because they have a wide variety of knowledge that they can give, because the supervisors at the ministry also helped us with our research projects, for instance in geoinformation sciences, because of the experiences they have, and they also had guided us in the specific ways and know how we can tackle our objectives to achieve the research.
Mr. Joshua, thank you so much, good sir. Madam Anna, let me maybe just throw this back to you. If a student right now is in the car and he's hearing this, or she is hearing this, and she's interested in this integrated learning program, how can she participate? Who must she call? Who must she speak to? Must she send the email? What must she do?
Oh, that's a good question. If you are from UNAM, the main campus, they have a person that is assigned.
Okay.
Yeah, which is Mr. Mkwaya.
Okay.
They just have then go to him and then put in their name. So because Mr. Mkwaya then give us a comprehensive list that we have to look into. If they are doing geology, which is in the south campus in Cape Mansob, they just have to go to either Esther Shalimba or Dr. Vatuva and then express to say, I'd like to take part in this program, and then they give us a list of students that we need to do. From NAST, they have also a particular person who does that, but I just forgot his name. But they can also bring directly to HR at the Ministry of Mines and Energy. But they have to bring all the documents, because sometimes the difficulty that we have with those that walk in, they bring half information, and we are saying bring your ID, bring your academic record, and then bring that letter that says you need for you to be able to graduate, you need that internship, because this internship is for those that need to at the end of the day to graduate. It's because they have as a must to say for you to be able to graduate in specific field, you need to have to do internship, and we need to have that proof to say yes,
you've done this.
You have done this. Yeah, but that's the program with MTC. With the ministry, it also give internship in other disciplines, so that you just again bring your application to HR. Yeah, on the fourth floor in the Ministry of Mines and Energy.
Wow. Well, Ms. Anna, Mr. Joshua, thank you so much for bringing this opportunity to 99 FM and to all of our listeners. And I know by now everyone should be interested. If you are not personally interested, well, you could pass on the message, to pass the message on to a friend, to a friend, to a friend.